Surfing huge waves is obviously incredibly dangerous, and your whole goal is to really stay in front of all this whitewater. To survive, stay in the open face. Okay, as I start this off, I'll show you perfect case scenario of trying to outrun a big wave. Get down to the bottom. Even if it catches up to you, you're really hoping that your balance and stability on this will free you up to keep going, just like that. But let's see what happens when it doesn't go perfect. So this is a very similar wave to the one I just showed you. He's coming down here, waves catching up to him. Now watch as the whitewater goes up and then back down. So you can be as balanced as you want, but when you get that much water falling on top of your head, you're gonna fall. First thing you want to take notice is how smooth the water is right here, right? It's not always the wave catching up to you that hurts you. See how inside here it's starting to get what we call soupy? That's from the past waves breaking in here. This could cause problems, as you're gonna see right in here. As he's hitting the soup, it's hard to control the board over that soup. You can see it just squiggly everywhere. And now he's head over heels, and then he's gonna be right there. Luckily to not get caught back into all of this. But now he's trying to swim in all this soup. He's looking for his board. He found his board and he goes under, right? This soup is insanely dangerous. He's still not back up yet. He's still there. Now he finally comes back up and he's trying his hardest to keep his head up. He's back down again. This water is crazy. It's always mixing and maneuvering, trying to pull you under like here. I mean, that's really, really scary. This guy was in a battle. Now, when he comes back up, he's tired. He's been fighting this. He turns around. He's going to have to fight another one right here. This is a worst case nightmare scenario for a surfer. There's another good sized wave. He's coming down. He's in a good position here, right? All of a sudden, this starts to close out. And when that starts to close out, he straightens it. He's hoping to outrun it, but no, sir. It basically clips the tail of his board. Almost recorrected it, but he leaned so far back. Fell, and now he's gonna get rolled up on. You can see the board pop back up. He's still under. But just because the board pops up doesn't mean he's out of it. He's still down in here somewhere. Sometimes it's not just a wave you're trying to outrun. Watch this guy here. This guy's gonna drop in. He's in the right spot as he's coming down here. This guy does not make the drop and loses his board. He's turning. Oh, I got to dodge that. Now I got to dodge all this whitewater. That's not going to work out real well for him. He's going around and around. He's going to get dragged way far in. There's probably waves coming in behind it. This wave starts off looking good, right? It looks like he can just get around here and he'd be fine. He sees that. He starts to bottom turn a bit, sees it's closing out, tries to recorrect. And that is not good. He is getting spun around, flipped around every which way you could possibly imagine. Let's see if I kept it rolling, trying to... Uh-oh, that's a wave behind it. Luckily, he got underneath the wave before the board came and whacked him right in the head. See how he escapes that? That's close. Okay, so this is my buddy Tanner Waite on a fairly good sized wave. Nothing too crazy, but you'll see how everything you go through when you're trying to outrace one of these big waves. He lost his balance a bit there. Right here, he's gonna try to outrace that section. Doesn't do it successfully. He's going cartwheels now. Remember, this isn't a huge wave. This is a big wave, but nothing crazy. Right now, he's going mixture up, right? There's finally his board shows up. You're gonna see him. There's Tanner popping up finally. He's still getting dragged. Remember, this is that crazy whitewater. It's trying to pull him back under. He just wants to get back to his board, drag that thing back in. Now, this scary part, look what's coming. He's tired. He just took a beating, right? Now he's got to get back on this board, or not. Like in this case, he's just going to get rid of it and go under. It's easier at that point because he's so tired than try to drag the board through all that whitewater. Now he's going through it again. Up he pops. His board's way back over here. And he's still getting dragged around in all this whitewater. Now this is one of the more brutal ones. Obviously it is a huge wave. He's got a lot of speed. Right around here, he accidentally slows down and then gets pelted from behind a couple of times, which means that he went head over heels and he is in all of this white water. You'll see right here, you're going to see a burst of water come out and whack him from behind. Boom, that one. And then this one up here is going to pelt him as well. Boom, look at the explosion. I mean, that is a high impact explosion. This one is huge. You can see him gaining speed as he's coming down this enormous wall of water. Right about here, he realizes, I am not going to make it. That wave caught up to him. From here, he's going backwards, right? So he landed on his back. What's going to happen at this point is the wave is going to flip him feet overhead and then every which way but loose. Sideways, upside down, right side up. He's going to go through this wash cycle for a super long time. Now this one's a slight bit different because he's, instead of trying to outrun it this way, he wants to try to outrun it in the barrel. So you'll see him setting it up here. He's hoping to make this little barrel section. Unfortunately, he doesn't. He's not able to outrun that. And there he goes. Back down. He's in this, gosh, this wash cycle. I did see something pop up over there. Might have been him. Yeah, that's his fins. So he's down deep. You know, the barrel just wasn't there. Pops back up. You know he's grabbing a big old breath right here because he's going back down. And sometimes it's a self-induced wipeout when you're trying to outrun a huge wave. In this scenario, he's got down to the bottom here, sees this thing's totally closed out. He doesn't want to take this thing too far in, so he jumps off. Doesn't mean he's getting any less of a beatdown. Even though he jumps off on his own free will, he's no better off than anyone else. Some waves offer up a 2-for-1. Here's the first guy. He had to avoid that guy. So now I'm catching up with this guy over here. Beautiful wave. Look at the beautiful bottom turn as well. But unfortunately, it's going to end up like the other one. This thing catches up to him. He's gone. He's disappeared. Now he could be underwater. He could be in this white water here. He's more than likely going around and around in circles right through there. Man, that would have been a heck of a wave to have stayed on. So before I end this episode, you're probably wondering, well, what can I do? If you have the ability to do this and you see it's closing out, come up and try to shoot through the back of that wave. You have a better chance at making it back by shooting through than you do coming down here. If he would have straightened out and gone, right here he sees it's closing out, so he wants to get out of the way. He could have tried to outrace this. He would have been all the way down here in the flats, and it would have dragged him farther in. This way, he has a chance at making it through the back of the wave without getting dragged back over. And in that situation, you can be right there instead of a couple 100 yards farther in, and you still got to paddle all the way back out. That's the best case scenario. If you can do it, shoot through. But hey, thanks for watching. I'm Brad Jacobson. I'll see you on the sand.